A high-profile lawsuit recently hit the news when Ben Simmons got caught up in a legal battle between Megan Thee Stallion and Tory Lanez. Apparently, Megan Thee Stallion has been claiming that Lanez shot her right after they attended a house party on the 12th of July 2020. But that's not all. It's been suggested the shooter is someone else entirely. That's crazy, right? Let's find out more about the issue in this video. First up, what's the shooting controversy all about? So far, we know that Stallion is livid about Lanez firing the shot at her back in the summer of 2020. In the meantime, we have Lanez's lawyer claiming somebody else pulled the trigger. In fact, he's suggesting it was Meg's own friend, Kelsey Nicole. Could this be a story about betrayal between friends? Things are getting pretty interesting as the lawsuit progresses and the public gets to know more and more. Lanez's team is claiming that Meg herself was always getting into situations with men Kelsey had been with. Ben Simmons was the latest. This is, according to the defense, the main reason for the heated argument between the two friends. Can you imagine Kelsey could have shot Megan Thee Stallion over Ben Simmons? Would you go so far for love? Coming up, what does Simmons have to say about this? Ben Simmons is pretty insistent that he is not involved in any of this mess. He denied all the claims made against him immediately after finding out about them. In fact, he even posted a viral video of Rick Ross in which Ross is screaming at the top of his voice, "Accusations. These are false accusations." Still, for a guy like him, this is far too much drama. Who would have thought that his life was about to get 100 times weirder? Next up, the celebrity dates in Ben Simmons' life. If you thought this is the first time Simmons got caught in a dating scandal, you'd be wrong. Sure, these past scandals have fewer shootings and lawsuits involved in them, but they were still pretty interesting. The good-looking basketball player sure has a unique taste in women. The Brooklyn Nets guard has been caught up in more than a few scandals with many women throughout his life. A man's got a date, but must he date all these celebrities? The three-time All-Star winner may not have found his soulmate just yet, but he hasn't fallen short of trying. Still, he hasn't been dating anyone seriously since December 2022. We know it's only been a couple of days, but that's saying something for Mr. Simmons. Even in the few days he's been single, he hasn't stayed rumor-free. Like we told you, Megan Thee Stallion, who's a famous rapper, has been allegedly hooking up with the basketball star. Sure, he hasn't confirmed the rumors, but fans love spinning some stories when they get such spicy news, right? Turning to Ben Simmons and his ex, Maya Jama. Maya Jama is one extremely good-looking British TV personality, and Simmons was recently involved with her. Apparently, they were dating at the beginning of May 2021, and we saw them in public together a bunch of times. Still, by early 2022, we got news that the two had fallen apart and were no longer seeing each other. Simmons usually doesn't date people for long, so this stretch came as quite a surprise to fans. He was definitely serious about dating Maya. In fact, he even asked her to marry him back in December of 2021. It's just so sad that a few months later, they ended up breaking up. Turns out their busy schedules were the reason for the fallout. Maya's own career is pretty cool. She started off as a presenter for a weekly music video countdown, but then she moved to Sky UK on Trace Sports. Her successful gigs include hosting the FIFA World Cup cities for Copa 90 in 2014. If you didn't know, this is a travelogue which covered 2014's FIFA World Cup held in Brazil. You may have seen Maya as a presenter for shows like the 2017 Pre-Brit Awards party of the night game show on Saturdays called Cannonball. The TV personality is also the youngest person ever to co-host the Mobo Awards. Coming to Kendall Jenner, the supermodel, and Ben Simmons. Maybe the hottest superstar on Ben Simmons' list of exes is Kendall Jenner. She's a super famous Victoria's Secret model with a star-studded dating history. She just turned 27, and the model has been super successful in both her modeling career and her reality TV shows. Jenner and Simmons were dating on and off for almost 2 whole years. The pair separated and patched up again over and over until finally their relationship just couldn't take the strain, so things fell apart. Kendall Jenner then started dating the Phoenix Suns guard Devin Booker a little while after she broke up with the basketball star Simmons. We don't have to say much about Jenner for you to recognize her, do we? But let's give you guys an overview all the same. Her first modeling job was around the age of 13 back in 2009. Wilhelmina Models signed her as a young girl. She then went on to work with Rocker Babes in a Twist campaign for Forever 21. Oh, and of course, she's one of the Kardashians. Looking at his next ex on the list, Tinashe. Maybe Simmons isn't involved with the rapper Megan Thee Stallion, but there was definitely something going on between the basketball player and the famous singer Tinashe. The point guard was involved with the gorgeous singer from November 2017 to May 2018. This story didn't exactly end well for the two celebrities though. Tinashe claimed the breakup was really ugly because Ben ended up cheating on her with the supermodel Kendall Jenner. He actually started dating Jenner shortly after he ended things with Tinashe. While Tinashe said Timmons cheated on her with Jenner, the basketball star accused her of stalking him. The relationship was clearly a huge mess. Tinashe's own career is pretty interesting though. She began working in the entertainment industry as a very young child. After doing a couple of TV shows, movies, and children's videos in the 2000s, she went on to do bigger shows and movies as an adult. You may have seen her in Cora Unashamed, Call Me Claus, Masked, and Anonymous. As an adult, she was a recurring character in the very popular series 2.5 Men. She also starred in Rocket Power and Avatar: The Last Airbender. Next up is Dylan Gonzalez, the fellow basketball player who dated Simmons. The three-time All-Star player was dating the basketball player Dylan Gonzalez from June 2017 to November 2017. Gonzalez played basketball for UNLV Women Running Rebels basketball team with her twin sister Dakota. Anyone else getting grownish track sister vibes? Other than Simmons, Dylan was also involved with Anthony Davis at the same time. Did you know that Dylan is maybe one of the most influential people in the world right now? Yes, she has over 1.3 million people following her on her Instagram page. Not only is she highly involved in lots of business ventures, but she's also a well-known activist for a lot of important causes. Good for you, Simmons. An interesting fact about Dylan is that she and her twin sister are also singers, aside from being models. They sing under the name Dilkota. While they had successful basketball careers at one point, they've since retired to pursue music full-time. They've now rebranded themselves as DAD. Now looking at Jasmine Ray, the influencer ex of the basketball star. If you thought Simmons went for a high follower count, you were right. Jasmine Ray is yet another one of Simmons' exes who has nearly 1 million followers on her Instagram page. She posted a lot of sneaky clues, and NBA fans figured out really quickly that she was dating Simmons. This was another short relationship for the NBA player who was part of the Philadelphia 76ers back then. Coming up next, Ben Simmons' ex-girlfriend Brittany Renner. Brittany and Simmons were first seen together back in 2016. Renner is another Instagram model, so it's clear that Simmons has a type. She's been a fitness model for a while in the adult and glamour industry. You may know the social media star from her presence on Snapchat, Instagram, and Twitter. Renner was born in 1992 in Ocean Springs, USA. At first, the now 30-year-old started out as a sales girl. She eventually started working as a Zumba instructor and caregiver a little later on. After that, she rocketed to fame on Instagram by posting about fitness and showing off her abs. Simmons met Brittany in 2016 for the first time. They were already dating by the time April came around. Sadly, Simmons wasn't able to keep the relationship up for too long. The couple broke up within 8 months of going out in the same year. We last heard of the two together back in December 2016. Renner also has a claim to fame because of her book, Judge This Cover. It's a thriller of a book where she discusses 7 people using code names with those she had a relationship with. What's more, she even has a YouTube channel where she uploaded around 5 videos up until a year ago. The account has 24.4 thousand subscribers. Isn't that wild? Now, let's talk about Talia Richmond, another model in Simmons' dating history. Right after the basketball star broke up with Kendall Jenner, he got together with the Australian model. We found out the big news when the couple showed up together to watch an AFL game. We don't know much about the relationship because, frankly, it didn't last long. Still, we can give you a bit of information on Talia. She was born in the UK back in 1995. The 27-year-old model found her fame on the app Instagram. Her modeling career finally kicked off in 2016 in Australia when her pictures were featured in the GQ magazine story. The headline read that she was an Australian it girl who was also an Instagram model, so she could do both. Even now, if you follow the top models on Instagram, you must have her on your feed. She had a massive 226,000 followers on her Instagram back in 2021. That's a wrap for this video. What are your thoughts on Simmons' dating history? Do you think he and Stallion could possibly be involved? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe. See you for the next video.